The World Cup in Qatar kicks off in just 3 days' time, but even before it started, it's already one of the most controversial tournaments ever. Many question why it's happening in a country where being gay is illegal and could lead to imprisonment, not helped by recent comments from one Qatari World Cup ambassador who described homosexuality as damage to the mind. Well, we asked our reporter, Shadia Edwards-Dashti, who plays right back for the West London side, the Actonians, to sit down with their LGBT teammates to hear what they think.
Obviously, we are just days away till Qatar hosts the World Cup. How are you feeling ahead of that?
For me personally, I've not really been following the lead up to the World Cup, mainly because it is an anti-gay, anti-LGBTQ+ country that is hosting it. I'm not going to go out my way to support the World Cup this year.
You actually lived in Qatar and recently came back. Can you just explain why you came back?
In terms of where I am as a person, you know, in terms of my gender identity, my sexuality, is something that I felt that I couldn't really talk about. I felt like it was going backwards. So that really started being a bit heavy on me, and I really wanted to just come back home.
I just want to show you guys a video. This is the Qatari World Cup ambassador, and this is what he has to say about people like us.
But it's haram. Why? Because it's damage in the mind.
According to the Qatari World Cup ambassador, we have a damage in the mind. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's infuriating, isn't it? When you think, like, last week we had two Premier League players, well, it was reported that two Premier League players are openly gay in their team, and to think that we don't know who the players are, but if they're representing England, to think that they're having to go back in the closet over there because they're damaged in the mind, it's sickening. Recently,
the Foreign Secretary, James Cleverly, just said that LGBT fans need to respect the host nation. Are you offended by that?
I can understand respect the home nation when it comes to, like, covering up, like, dress codes and stuff, but in terms of, like, who you are, like, as a gay person, no, again, it's infuriating. It's putting us back in the closet.
For me, I think it takes more public figures to come out, literally, and speak out against all of this.
Yeah, they're scared too, because people still get, although we've come a long way, people are still getting judged for being gay or speaking out.
But it's not even just the gay people who need to speak up. I think, like, there are some people, like, for example, Jordan Henderson or you know, the Harry Kane. They do wear, you know, the rainbow cap badge. That's not enough, but this is a start, isn't it?
Well, it's one thing wearing a rainbow armband and touching down with a rainbow flag, but the fact of the matter is they're still taking part in this tournament. So no, it's not enough.
Do you think that teams actually withdraw from something like this?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I suppose it's about putting pressure on the organisers, isn't it? Putting pressure on FIFA.
The thing is, I don't think a women's World Cup would ever be held in a country like that. Women's football's came on a hell of a lot more than the men's football, and it's a shame for the men that are part of the LGBTQ+ community, because it is just putting them back in the closet after, like, how far we've come over the last few years.